allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Is there a report of any executive sessions?
Yes, as per section 8-8-1 of the Sunshine Act, an executive session was held on Wednesday, April 17, 2024 at 2:30 p.m. to discuss personnel matters regarding specific individuals.
Public comment?
Morning, Jeff.
Morning. Jeff Dunn from Palo Alto. Just wanted to see if there's an update on the Hatter investigation. It's an active investigation and he's still interacting with courthouse employees. Also, why was he not suspended without pay pending the investigation like the other two women were? Just seems like all the male perverts in here, they get rewarded. Either they work from home, they get to stay here, and the victims have to go home and be suspended without pay. I mean, I think it's right that you guys explain to the, not only the employees here, but the taxpayers, what's going on with his lawsuit, the investigation, who's holding the investigation. Is it another botched internal one like the previous one with Ms. Zula? You know, let's get the facts out here of what's going on with this. Glad to see the suspension's over, almost 950 days, glad to see the ladies are back. Hopefully in due time, it'll be back in shape and where it needs to be. And the tax sales can be held here without a lien and be done productively and efficiently for the county. That is one of the biggest revenue generating offices for the county. Speaking of the suspensions and lawsuits, the settlement's there today for $1.7 million. It's going to be voted on. There's over $2 million roughly in remaining legal fees that'll be tacked on later during other settlements or trial. There's 3 more plaintiffs to either settle or go to trial. So that leaves approximately $1.2 million from the insurance policy for the 3 plaintiffs and any additional attorney fees or trial. I'd like to know what the county has as a game plan for this debacle and what's going to happen. If this goes to $8 or $9 million, the county's going to be on the hook for $3 to $4 million. And I think that's a very safe ballpark figure that this could end up at, if not more, if it goes to trial. So the taxpayers deserve to know, what do you guys have planned? Is it going to come out of the general fund? And is it going to cause a tax increase along with the reassessment? It's just a 1-2 punch for the taxpayers and it's not fair. And also remember, there's several more lawsuits coming. You got Jane Doe number 5, you got a bunch of EEOC complaints that are going to turn into lawsuits. There's a lot more coming down the pipeline. There's 2 more complaints or lawsuits that are potentially being filed in the next couple months, which I'm sure I'll break before anybody else knows, just like the previous ones. But a lot of this could have been stopped if Mr. Bender did his job. He was in charge of overseeing the consent decree. He knew everything that was going on. He knew everything that was going on with Mr. Halcovage. His neglect allowed Jane Doe number 5 to happen, and it's allowing a lot of these EEOC complaints to happen. So I'd like to know what's going on there. And lastly, Ms. Dash is thankfully out of the leadership, if you want to call it that, of the tax claim. But she's still making more than both the ladies that are coming back, which is absolutely insane. And she went from union to non-union to union. So I have a lot of employees within this building messaging me or contacting me, asking why she's not going to the bottom to start over like everybody else had to. Seems like there's favoritism there, so I think they deserve an answer for that as well. Thank you.
Any other public comment?
Melinda Diver, North Manheim Township. So refreshing to see that someone in county government has some common sense. Very glad to see that the illegal suspension has been ended and we have those 2 experienced professional employees back in the Tax Claim Bureau. And I know, Commissioner Hess, you were opposed to those suspensions from the get-go. You were opposed to the restructuring of tax assessment and tax claim. Whenever all of that took place, you were opposed to all of that. So I have to think that maybe it's Commissioner Padora's since you were elected, Larry, perhaps it's your presence on the Board of Commissioners that has produced this change that we are seeing in county government and operations right now. So I applaud you for that. And perhaps maybe even our new county solicitors, Shelby Hostetter and Dave Rice. Hopefully they're bringing a little bit of common sense to the table as well. What I am still seeing is that you have Gary Bender as your county administrator. And that is a problem, whether you guys are recognizing it right now or not. That is a problem. And he is still a defendant in that federal lawsuit. He mishandled all of everything from the get-go with the Jane Does. That has been mishandled. I think he has pretty well been thumbing his nose at the consent decree. He's just going to operate how he sees fit. So that is a problem. And he has pretty well thumbed his nose at the West Enders as well as chairman of Porter Township out there. He has not given the West End people what they deserve. I keep asking, have we carved out any of that NSP fine money for the West Enders to have air, soil, and water testing done for them? Did we ever get an answer to that? I know you had your meeting with DEP, but was money set aside? I have asked the Board of Commissioners here. I have also asked State Senator Dave Argel. Was any of that money carved out and set aside for the homeowners who are having to deal with the stench? It's not just the stench, it's the poisoning of everything out there, whether it's the wildlife, their soil, air, and water is being poisoned. Okay, thanks, Shelby. So those are just a couple of the questions, but thank you very much for ending the suspension. Appreciate it.
Any other public comment? If not, we'll move on with the meeting. Can I have approval for the commissioners' meeting of the April 10th meeting?
I'll make a motion to approve April 10th.
Second.
On question?
Commissioner Padora,
Yes.
Commissioner Heatherington,
Yes.
and Commissioner Hess.
Yes.
Then a motion to approve the work session meeting.
Motion to
Minutes.
approve the minutes from the work session April 17th.
Second.
On question?
Commissioner Padora,
Yes.
Commissioner Heatherington,
Yes.
and Commissioner Hess.
Yes.
Approval for what was presented at a workshop by Public Works.
Make a motion to approve the three projects from Public Works.
Second.
On question?
Commissioner Padora,
Yes.
Commissioner Heatherington,
Yes.
and Commissioner Hess.
Yes.
Approval to a motion to approve the drug and alcohol request at our workshop meeting.
I make a motion to approve the two requests for drug and alcohol.
Second.
On question?
Commissioner Padora,
Yes.
Commissioner Heatherington,
Yes.
Commissioner Hess.
Yes.
A motion for the approval for mental and health that was presented at our workshop and developmental services.
I make a motion to approve the mental health request.
Second.
On question?
Commissioner Padora,
Yes.
Commissioner Heatherington,
Yes.
Commissioner Hess.
Yes.
Can I have approval, can I have a motion for what was presented at our work session by the grant writers?
Motion for the grant writers, the 7 contracts.
Second.
On question?
Commissioner Padora,
Yes.
Commissioner Heatherington,
Yes.
Commissioner Hess.
Yes.
Can I have a motion for what was presented by children and youth at our work session?
I'll make the motion for the children use request.
Second.
On question?
Commissioner Padora,
Yes.
Commissioner Heatherington,
Yes.
Commissioner Hess.
Yes.
Can I have a motion to approve what was presented at our work session for tax claim bureau?
Make a motion to approve the private sale request and the option agreement for tax claim.
Second.
On question?
Commissioner Padora,
Yes.
Commissioner Heatherington,
Yes.
Commissioner Hess.
Yes.
Can I have approval what was presented by the treasurer's office for their report on March 24th, as presented at the work session?
I'll make the motion.
Second.
On question?
Commissioner Padora,
Yes.
Commissioner Heatherington,
Excuse me, yes.
Commissioner Hess.
Yes.
Human resources.
Thank you, Commissioners. Today we have in Human Services an appointment for Marlene Scheit, a caseworker aid 2 volunteer program at an hourly rate of $15.7401, effective 5/6/24. In tax assessment, a transfer of Carol Fedorov into the map technician at a salary of $15.7769, effective 4/29/24. And that is from Office Support Secretarial HR, and this is per the union contract. Children and Youth, an appointment of Daniel Trojan, a county caseworker 1, at a rate of $20.9412, effective 5/13/24, per the union contract. Children and Youth, an appointment of Heather Collins, a county caseworker 1, at a rate of $20.9412, effective 6/10/24, per the union contract. Children and Youth, an appointment of Anna Smallwood, a county caseworker 1, at a rate of $20.9412, effective 6/17/24, per the union contract. In the prison, we have an appointment of Madeline Wink, a corrections officer, at a rate of $23.0730, effective 4/19/24, per the union contract. And in tax claim, we have a transfer of Deborah Dash, a clerical supervisor, at a rate of $31.3304, effective 4/22/24, from interim tax claim assistant director, per the union contract. And in 911, an appointment of Tyler Deal, a telecommunicator trainee, at a rate of $20, effective 4/29/24, per the union contract.
Can I have a motion to approve what was presented by the Human Resources Office?
I'll make a motion, we approve these actions.
Second. Any question?
Commissioner Padora?
Yes.
Commissioner Heatherington?
Yes.
Commissioner Hess?
Finance, Paul.
I have the information,
All the information, oh, go ahead.
yeah, okay. The district attorney, appointment of Faith Beckley, clerk temporary, effective 5/20/24. She will be per diem. Recorder of deeds, a transfer of Russell Moscow to a clerk typist 2, effective 4/29/24, from a clerk typist 2 tax claim per the union contract. Domestic relations, a promotion of Dyrus Rivera to a case officer aide, effective 5/6/24, from secretary 1 per the union contract. In domestic relations, promotion of Kimberly Reberhol to a case officer aide, effective 5/6/24, from a secretary 1 per the union contract. Again, in domestic relations, an appointment of Willie Streisel, an enforcement officer 1, effective 5/6/24, per the union contract. Domestic relations, an appointment of Nina Wiener, the secretary 1, effective 5/6/24, per the union contract. Domestic relations, an appointment of Brittany Nelson, the secretary 1, effective 5/6/24, per the union contract. And in records management, a promotion of Abigail Mills to archivist, effective 4/5/24. All of our appointments are pending drug tests and physical, and all actions involving salary board or positions being created are pending salary board approval. Thank you.
Thank you. Finance Officer, Paul.
Commissioners, good morning. This morning there are 2 budget adjustments that are listed on the agenda, and both budget adjustments have been posted outside of the boardroom.
Thank you. Any better, new business?
We have 3 items this morning on behalf of the Public Planning Bureau. Approval requested of the option agreement for the Schuylkill County Land Bank, purchase parcel 6407-0590, 300 West Chester Street in Shenandoah, at either the April 29th judicial sale or the August 26th judicial sale. The total bid shall be $100 plus UPI fees and recording fees. The Shenandoah Area School District and the Borough of Shenandoah both consent and agree to the sale of this for the land bank. On behalf of Planning and Zoning, Approval requested to amend the contract 2023-93 with EBA Engineering for the GIS technical services pursuant to EBA Engineering letter regarding the GIS database server migration to the Amazon Web Services. Amendment is to increase the contract cap to $29,000 and extend the contract end date to December 31st, 2024. Lastly, on behalf of the Solicitor's Office, approval requested of a settlement agreement between Schuylkill County and the Jane Doe 1 in relation to the United States District Court and the Middle District Court of Pennsylvania Civil Action number 321 CV00477, including mutual releases and the payment of $1,700,000 allocated $983,649.33 to Jane Doe 1 and $716,360.07 to Attorney Catherine W. Lowry, Esquire, and Derek Smith Law Group, PLLC, for the attorney's fees and costs, with $1.5 million paid by the county's insurance carriers and $200,000 paid by the county allocable to Jane Doe 1 attorney's fees and costs.
So a motion for what was presented by Gary Benninger on behalf of tax claim, on behalf of planning and zoning, and on behalf of the solicitor's office.
I'll make a motion for those three requests.
Second.
On question?
Commissioner Padora?
Yes.
Commissioner Heatherington?
Yes.
Commissioner Hess?
Yes.
Mark, Susquehanna Accounting and Consulting. Look at that.
Sorry,
Tongue
name
tied.
long.
Yeah, it's got tongue tied.
We can short it, I guess.
Yeah, you should.
Morning, Mark. Thank you, sir.
I just have a quick report on the first quarter 2024 ARPA expenditures. There were two categories affected. The West End Tower project for $74,467.55. And then the funding to fund the negative economic impact nonprofit program grants, the allocation to NEPA for $500,000 to fund the contracts which NEPA approved and determined eligible.
Are we done with the tower yet, or is there still more?
There's some dribs and drabs. Some of these are maintenance costs, tower lease rentals. They will be ongoing.
They're fairly small,
Yeah, but the major construction parts are done.
Thank you.
Well, I'd like to make one more comment. We just did receive a notification about Verizon getting a broadband contract, and once again, I said before, but Mark said, don't spend your ARPA money real quick, hang on, but be careful, watch, and as a result, we have the ISP and the state funding this broadband contract. So once again, Mark, thank you for your good advice, we appreciate it.
Okay, so I just want to read something here quickly. The county took action today to approve the settlement with Jane Doe 1 in the pending federal litigation. We recognize that the settlement includes payment of $200,000 by the county to the attorney representing Jane Doe 1. After consultation with the attorneys representing the county in the litigation, our county solicitors, the commissioners firmly believe that this settlement is in the best interest of Schuylkill County. Although settlement with Jane Doe 1 addresses a significant aspect of the litigation, the case remains pending as to remaining plaintiffs. So we will have no further comment on the settlement of the pending litigation at this time. Thank you. Can I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Sorry.